25% bonus applies to the below qualified equipment: LED downlights, LED
Ah,
high, low bay fixtures, and LED parking garage fixtures, LED refrigerators, stairwell fixtures, troffer fixtures, and retrofit kits.
I got distracted by the shiny thing up top. I didn't keep reading.
Network lighting
Okay,
controls and
yeah.
standalone controls, LED direct linear ambient fixtures, and exterior equipment are excluded from the bonus. Okay, yeah, so it's right there.
Well, this is fantastic news, man. This is
Right?
great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how do, like the
And it-
challenge, you guys, for the EBC, like, so this is the same request that we got from the heat pump action groups. Is there's so much information out there. Can you create, like on our website, we have our members only section, you know, for each industry. And like this kind of stuff, we would want to say, Excel, we need to, you know, how do we get a pre announcement, you know, as well as,
Yeah.
you know, on the list, so that when it is announced, we can shoot it out to our lighting members, and then it can live, you know, the link, or at least the link or the highlights should say new, you know, new rebate XYZ, and have the link, you know, those types of things. Like it's a request that we've had from our other committees too. Like the same thing that you guys are saying.
Hey, you read the small print at the bottom here? So it's invoices between April 15th and November 15th, and you have to submit your application by December 1st.
Hold on, I'm pulling it back up. Let's see, or where did that info sheet go? Let's see.
The tubes is inclusive of December 1st for the instant rebate, but the interior fixture bonus is more constrictive, and you don't drag your feet in submitting the thing. Okay, that's cool. That's great. Well, I can't wait to take a victory lap with our the next lighting call and just say, hey, yeah, we were successful before we even tried. It's like we won before we walked out on the field. There's a forfeit.
Nice.
We're still in the series. There's a series though.
Yeah.
7 games. 7 in. Yeah.
That's interesting though, that the April 15th though, like, so like, you know, just from a internal business standpoint, like we'd probably hold invoices now for like another 9 days or something, you know, or like date them differently, I guess. But
that's funny, right? Because I don't know, that's kind of a gray area. I mean, if you've already done the work, I don't know how kosher that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care either, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say,
I think they just want the projects
next week, but you know, let's wait another week, and then you're you know, we're in the green.
The free riders getting on the ride, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway,
the market's doing it anyway. Yeah.
I was really disappointed about the exterior. I mean, it gave me a better understanding as to why they don't care about exterior lighting. I mean, that actually costs them money to save electricity at night. That was a new one for me.
Yeah, I think that, so here's my idea. So let me give you a pilot idea, right? So the problem is that they have too much energy at night, right? And they're trying to, like, and it costs money to pull that energy, try to put it somewhere else. However, if there was a pilot where there was a battery microgrid, you know, like a battery program, like this is like crap that I would take to NREL and say, NREL, do you have any goals that you would like to practice gathering lighting savings? You know what I mean? Or like, it's like basically saying, where can you put the energy at night? Right. So I don't know if you could put the energy, that's not going to make sense. How do you put energy savings into a battery? That doesn't work. But I was just trying to figure out like what alternative, like with that savings, what you'd have to be able to do something with the savings.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Well, I was going to say, so I was thinking if there's excess energy, the value would be putting the excess energy in a battery field, because then you're able to turn around and deliver that energy the next week during peak, right?
The whole system works like a hybrid car, right?
Completely. Yeah. But I'm getting stuck on the, wait, we're talking about the lightings, you're giving them savings at night when they have too much energy. So where is the value proposition to get that savings? It's kind of, I'm trying to solve what you were saying, Scott. You know, where like, okay, is there, you know, there's the non-energy benefits, there's the, you know, the different benefits, they have the social benefits they have. So we'd have to develop a value proposition or the solution to your solving a piece of something.
Well, if they say, you know, the wind blows more heavily at night, that's the takeaway I was getting, right? Which kind of strikes me as a surprise, but anyway.
More energy than they need.
Then you know, in a way, your model still works. I mean, it does mean building up a huge battery infrastructure, right? But you know, if the more efficient the lighting is at night, then the more they can contribute to the fewer batteries they'd need, the more impact they could have to throwing that back on the grid during the day.
Now there's a future play on that, in that when the EV chargers, they are expecting to have their peak time shift to evening at some point because of EV chargers. And so, I mean, we're talking, you know, 10 years away. If that happened, then your lighting savings all of a sudden would become really valuable.
You know, but what I was thinking very cynically, and I didn't say it, I bit my tongue, but so basically I think what they're saying is, you know, in across this 5 or 10 years it takes for this nighttime peak to start materializing, you know, all the old HID, you know, fixtures are going to either crap out or people will want to replace them for whatever reason, and they don't have to pay for it. It's going to be done, and it's avoiding the free ride thing, right? Because during this 5 to 10 years, you know, they don't need it. But 10 years from now or 8 years from now, whenever it's going to be, when there's a decent adoption of EVs, then they are going to need it. And by then, I think they're hoping that, well, the vast majority of nighttime has already been converted to LED. We don't have to subsidize that. It's already been done.
Well, they're looking forward to actually using that energy, right? They're looking forward to also the EV chargers.
Oh, sucking out of cars?
You know, no, they're looking forward to actually getting to use more energy at night. So all that extra, you know, energy that they have, they're looking at being able to sell it.
Right. But by then, you know, if they've gone 7 or 8 years without having to subsidize hardly at all or none at all
Lighting,
for exterior lighting, because people have done it on their own anyway, what do they call it? The net to gross thing, then you know, then they're all to the good. They got more money to, you know, to apply to other things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you?
Good.
Anyway. But yeah, it sucks because I would like to be able to I hate seeing HID, you know, 200 watt, whatever lamps out there burning when I know I could do the same thing for 20 watts.
It's like ethically wasteful is what you guys are saying.
Yeah, exactly. It bothers my environmental thing.
Right.
All right.
So really quick, then I think I'll send the PowerPoint back out to them. The next steps I'm going to list is them giving us feedback.
Yeah.
On the full.
I hope you didn't mind me volunteering us to be of more help or give them more information.
No, I think the thing that I want to be sure though is that we round robin it back to the group. So that's why, like if it's the EEBC, if we're in those meetings, we get behind, you know what I mean? We need to make sure that we capture stuff and print it back. Like today kind of sucked that we didn't get to record.
I know.
I think Deb and I were taking like copious crazy notes.
I was writing too.
Complex. You know, it's like we're going to have to all kind of rally to actually give complete notes to the group. And so I think feedback on the full list from them, I think, you know, just, you know, info meetings. And then I think like the monthly meetings, I think we need to remind them of those, you know, topics they want to share and discuss. I think that the thing that is really, really important, like Deb, you were saying, is that I think it hopefully opened the door for them to have a much more collaborative relationship with us and bring things to us and us bring things to them. Like that's gold. That's value for memberships, right? I feel like if we're like moving forward like this, EBC, we can't afford to do these meetings like this. We have to get lighting members because there's no funding to support coordinating and all this kind of stuff. So I kind of say that as just a very practical thing that I'm like, okay, we need to get to some manufacturers and get some $3,600 bigger companies in.
Yeah.
And we need to have a bigger group, then, I mean, we looked a little bit bigger than we are because we've had 5, 6, and then 12 kind of the max that we've had in our meetings. So I'm kind of that practical thing of, okay, help me fundraise, you guys, like help us get new members. But I feel like this is so exciting. They should be members, that what we're doing.
So and for what we're talking about doing here, did you want to put a price tag to this? If they're asking us to get more information from our members, are you wanting to do that yet, or hold off and try to get them as
I think we have to. I think
Yeah.
that Bob gave me the green light to send Ann on the heat pump side and lighting side and say, we need you to join, number one, and then put together special initiatives for
Yeah.
what we want to do with each of our groups. And
Okay,
put a
good.
price, like you said, a price tag on it. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Terrific.
awesome.
Well, thank you for making this happen and successfully. Scott, thank you so much too. I'm really glad you were on. You asked some really good stuff, and I'm really glad you were by my side.
Oh, Scott.
Unmute myself. There we go. No, thanks a lot, Mike, for putting it all together, and Patricia and Connie for helping us with all this. And I thought it was great. And I love the dialogue between our group and Excel, and hopefully as a group we can make a difference. So I'm excited about it. And I wanted to ask real quick. So when you said 13 were on earlier, did that include us and Excel, or was that 13 in addition? That I'm assuming it was
14 with me.
14 with you. Okay.
So with Excel with us, so really
Like
We
4 or
only had a
5
few
other
people.
members.
minus 14, right? So there's, yeah.
I'm
I can
surprised,
send
Scott. Did Scott Milne say he wasn't going to be able to join? Because I'm kind of surprised he didn't. I was
He
expecting
actually
him.
sent me a note and said he wasn't able to join today.
Oh, dog. Okay.
He
all
said
right.
that's why he was in on the last meeting and said,
Yeah. All right.
I'm really glad Jared jumped in though.
Yeah.
Jared's a longtime member as well. And really want to get him re-engaged too. They're good.
Yeah, and they do a lot. They've done a lot with Excel over the years. They've done a lot of big efficiency projects and things like that. So, and I think they've probably been one of their top efficiency producers, I would guess, over the years. So it was good. I totally agree, Patricia. Awesome.
Was it you or someone said that they're going to McBride exclusively for, was it the EV charging or something like that? Or was it somebody else?
Well, I was talking about EV charging, but it's not McBride, it's Sturgeon.
Sturgeon, I'm sorry.
owns
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even get me started on that, Mike.
Yeah,
because,
man, I know.
You'll just give me like
another half an hour
super
discussion.
worked up.
Well, yeah, we'll just give each other, right. We'll be dropping F-bombs and everything else soon. So, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's.
So I do think if we could maybe have a look at our list, I think we should take a half an hour, if you guys would, as co-chairs, to go through who is RSVP'd for our meetings, who actually has attended them, and who is members and not members, because I think we've had companies come in as non-members that we probably need to reach out to and say, like, we see that you've joined our meetings, and I can.
Yeah, I've not been really good at getting to, when Connie sends that out, looking at who was on. I just, time crunch. So
Yep, totally understand. I mean, we feel the same way, but I feel like we were going to have to make a push, especially switch it up. I had such a great conversation with the owner of Switch It Up. He did take the survey, but he didn't join the meetings, and he was, joining, and really wanted to be a part of the meetings. And
got a caveat that I noticed last night that I wasn't going to change. He took it twice.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I took it once a few months ago, and then again, like a couple of days ago, the other survey. So, I wasn't going to, I saw that, huh?
He took it a while back and then took it again.
Yeah. So, and most of his answers were the same, but not perfectly. So, Scott, hope you don't mind. I didn't like redo everything. I'm like,
No. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway. So
Anyway,
yeah,
but
good.
I think that's a good, like, I think if you guys, and we look at them, you might know some of them, you might say, somebody who knows them. And I just feel like we need to do a push before we get, we have so much momentum and a really good story. And like, this is when people need to join to have input, so I feel like this is all of those in the list of the contractors who are getting rebates, that's top 10. Those top 10 rebaters should be in this group. Like if we're like having these meetings and
Yeah, talk about free ride.
total
Right.
free riders. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to me is somehow we have to.
Yeah, did I don't know if I have that list. Do you have that list, Patricia?
You know what? Anne sent me and I think Connie, I sent it to you, the most recent trade allies, the top trade allies that were listed in there. So we should.
I don't have recent ones. Mine probably were from 2021 and I have them in our database.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sent it. I have to go. I can look at what I got from Anne. She sent it out 2 months ago, maybe.
Well, he said I talked about, because we're supposed to be on it for the record. And, he sent me an email. When was that email? Hold on, I can tell you real quick. No, Robert. Let's see. No, not that one.
So Connie, you know what? We probably need to say now that the meetings are for members and industry partners only.
Okay.
I'm thinking based on his comments, but I think, and then it's easy for us if we're having a meeting and we start talking about intervening, which will start in July. We'll have to treat it like we used to in person, where we'd have to ask them to leave. He's like, it was always kind of awkward when you ask us to leave the room to talk about us. I'm like,
right.
Well, we'll probably have to do that in Zoom meetings, which is kind of weird to figure out how to do. So
it was some.
You're like, zzz, and you're like, pink, and you disappear.
You have that capability under the security section of removing participants.
Taking people out. Okay.
Or
So,
wow. Or
yeah.
maybe we do a
or you can
breakout.
suspend participant activities. So if you had to, that's basically how you have them leave the room and then they can come back in.
Yeah. Or can we like create a breakout so they don't feel like we're shutting them off, but we could be like, oh, we're going to go to a breakout room right now.
Right. And we would put them all in their own breakout room. I mean, together or however, but definitely we could do breakout rooms and that would be another way to resolve the situation.
Sit him at the kiddie table. Yeah, good. Okay.
He just sent me, just so you know, it was on March 17th that they just finished the results for
Oh, good.
the 2022 winners.
Okay.
The last that I have in our database is 2020.
So can we?
So I don't know if you can reach out to him and just say, hey, do you have I don't know if it's public information or how they do that.
Yeah,
It's on their website.
Yeah, we can pull it up. But Anne sent it too, which had all of the industries on it, I think. Let me look. If it was that soon, I can find it probably. Ooh.
Okay.
I don't even know where do they put it out there? Just to
You have to really search.
Rebate news, top trade partners. Oh, this might be only heat pumps. Let's see.
But that might help be able to find them.
It's kind of a funny, like, because sometimes like distributors a lot of times distributors get it too, because they sell so many.
Yeah, exactly. Instant rebate stuff.
Instant
right?
rebates
Yeah.
that like,
Here you go. I can send it to, well, you have it too, Scott.
He just told me, he said, CLS qualified for the 2022 award. So,
Okay, I'll send it
um,
to you guys.
do you see us on there? Just out of curiosity? Watch that.
Send it to you guys and I'm opening it up. Where to go? There we go.
Well, congratulations, Scott.
Yay.
Thanks. Hopefully.
Didn't they used to have an awards where you go and get an award?
Where I don't see lighting on here.
I'm good. It's quite far down. I'm down to like page 3.
Somebody share a screen. Let me see it. I don't see it.
Oh, lighting was not
oh.
on here.
Yeah, lighting's not on there, is it?
Lighting's not on here.
So maybe he said he said they were in the that was on, that email from him was.
Well, you know what? This is residential.
Oh,
It's from Ann. So it's,
yeah, res top trades. Yeah.
yeah.
Where was that? This
But
email
there's
was,
still
the date of
no-
it was the 17th. Yeah. So, hey,
Is there a link on it?
more to come as we make plans for offsite recognition event for this year's winners. So, maybe I'll follow up with him.
Yeah.
Just see kind of where that is. But
It just happened to be attached to the invite to the heat pump stuff tomorrow. She just happened to say, hey, you might want to see this. So I don't know. I don't know when it was released or what. Or if it was yet. Okay. But I like the list for sure. All right. Cool.
All righty.
Anything else, you guys? Anything you want to do differently next time? Are you guys a little fried? I'm a little fried.
yeah,
Yeah.
long Zoom call.
Yeah, heck of a Zoom call.
But I do appreciate everybody's hard work on this. And
Yeah, me
I
too.
think the presentation looked really nice, Mike and Connie. I think,
Well, I'm glad it all came together. I would have much rather have had, responses from 100 people than 22, but
sure.
whatever, we'll take it. I think I'm not sure we would have gotten a much different story if we'd asked 1,000 people, but
We still
we
can
got-
send it out. I mean, we still can send it. I think it can be used as a marketing tool now, as like a recruitment tool. So it's like, if we're going to say, hey, we want you to join the EBC, we put this together, we took our initial results, we're still looking for, to get a bigger pool of respondents. I think having a new person come in, it would engage them to go through.
I'm really encouraged that they actually want us to go back. They want to give us questions. I mean, I think that that says we're engaged, and they're buying into a value that we can bring for them. So frankly, for kind of cheap, they don't have to pay some market research firm, tens of thousands of dollars to go interview a handful of contractors and come back, because I know I've done that, and you don't get your money's worth. So, but that the market researchers do. And
But
anyway,
even if you said it to be $5,000 for us to coordinate, continue to get answers into these types of things, right? You know what I mean? We can say, or we think that we'll spend 40 hours and we can charge an hourly, for just our time, if we want. I guess we're going to have to, I guess is my point.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, I've sunk a lot of time into this, that sometimes I had more of than less, and I was not on top of it as I would have liked to have been, just because, I got competing, competition for my time. So anyway,
So, you guys, I can't tell you how incredibly awesome you guys have been, because I think you guys have taken so much ownership. That is the reason that this is working so well. you know?
Well, it's nice to have some engaged. We have a handful of, really engaged members too that help, keep the blood moving. So
So we're gonna have to go back and report out this to them at the next meeting. If we have minutes put together, Deb will end up sending this out to them. But I think we should at least send out a quick note of like, went really well. Here's the PowerPoint. I think we should share the PowerPoint with them and say
Yep.
that here's
Yep.
the thing that they're asking back from us, and then send out the announcement of those 2 rebates that they said. Like that would be the quick thing, and then say in-depth discussion at the next meeting in May, which will give us a good reason to get new members there.
right.
A good
Okay,
plan.
and we might end up sending, if we hear back from Excel, I mean, because again, the clock's moving pretty quickly here with this July deadline, right? So,
Yeah.
maybe we send an email out, okay, here's what they want to know more from. Here are your 5 questions,
Yep.
answer them and send them back. But yeah, that's going to take some time to process all that verbiage.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
I'm gonna pull a
everybody.
plug. Thanks,
So
Scott.
much. Take
You
care.
guys